Yeah, so for that first part of the question with the like level of competition and that, like as you know, Australia is not renowned for its wrestling sort of thing. I was lucky enough, so when I did it at that young age, it sort of translated, so I'd have some basics and everything, but it wasn't like the guys you see in America or Russia starting from a young age. But yeah, with the competition, it was me and my brother. Then we probably had around three or four other kids that we would compete against monthly sort of thing. It got to a stage where I think it was $5 to enter the competition on the weekend. So you'd go up to whichever local PCYC it was, you'd pay the $5, and then what would happen? The coach would weigh you at the your start of week. So say if the comp was on a Sunday, the Monday of that week, the coach would get us all on the scale, weigh us, then he'll just communicate to the other coaches like, "Oh, what are your boys weighing?" And we just got our matches up that way. So yeah, as you were saying, yeah, we probably only had three or four sort of competitors that we would normally grapple against every once a month sort of thing. So even then, it was good because you could still always see like, oh, I'm beating this guy, he improved here. So you could always sort of try and adjust like that. But to actually get a broad array of sort of different skill sets and styles and that, it's just, yeah, it's not possible. Like I remember some wrestling comps. I went down to the Australian titles in Canberra. Actually, this would be a better example. So Australian titles, biggest deal for like in Australia for wrestling and that. I remember I had two matches. It was like there was no one. I think my twin brother had one match. Then someone else from my gym maybe had two matches. It's just not a big sport, which is a shame because I absolutely love wrestling. I think it's probably one of the funnest, most martial arts, but it is a very physical sport. It's very hard, so I can see why people aren't sort of attached to it. And when you sort of have different sports like footy, soccer, rugby league, everything like that, a lot of kids in Australia, they're a lot more going out towards them sort of sports compared to where you have to wear a leotard and grapple with another bloke for fucking 3 minutes straight. Like it's not. I can see why it's not appealing to kids over here. It's just not the same sort of doesn't appeal to the same demographic as it does over to the States and everything like that. And with how it sort of translates to jiu-jitsu and that, it actually translated pretty well. Obviously, the first few times it's going to be hard because you're in wrestling, you never want to be in your back. And in jiu-jitsu, the guard's sort of one of the key fundamental positions. But pretty much as soon as I got over that and I got comfortable wearing a gi, just to sort of scramble and that body awareness, I could say, like knowing from wrestling, if I shift him this way, I can trip him that way, or takedowns and stuff like that. So having that wrestling experience did definitely help with my jiu-jitsu base for sure.